I believe CORUSUS has helped me to better understand the sustainability challenges that livestock farmers in particular are facing with their livelihoods. And what I mean by this is that depending on the context, farming communities face what I call bundles of challenges that should be addressed holistically and not by focusing on one particular aspect, say forage quality, water scarcity, or human-wildlife conflict. So the causes behind these challenges are multiple, and they involve many proximate but also external factors. So this means that what we need is a comprehensive understanding of these challenge bundles, and this is requisite before any solutions can be proposed and implemented.
On a personal level, as a lecturer, I find most of my time behind the screens a lot of times, or in the classroom. So one of the first impacts this project had personally was to remind me how important it is to be in the field and for direct observation of the rural areas. We have to really keep in touch with what's happening on the ground. This is one. And briefly, a second thing is, of course, the interaction with the colleagues, which were of different backgrounds and different specialties. So again, the multi-perspective view on a specific topic is always enriching and is always a necessity for development in any field.
Project provided for a very good platform to expand my knowledge on the rural sustainability and to create an academic network not only between the sort of classic partners from Europe, but also within the global South, which is Wits University in South Africa and American University in Beirut.
What I really gained from this project with the interaction with my colleagues is gaining new perspectives on issues around rural sustainability, particularly getting perspectives from very different settings across the global South. I found that very enriching. And then I've collaborated on a number of multinational, multi-institutional research programs before, but this was the first time I've interacted with colleagues around collaboration on developing a course together. So this was my first collaboration in a multidisciplinary, multi-institutional program with collaborative course co-development, and this was a very interesting learning experience for me.
I greatly benefited from the research component within this project because I had a wonderful opportunity to visit South Africa and also my colleagues visited Kyrgyzstan, and so this was very much important for the for developing the research component of our project. So it was a crucial experience for us to understand how rural sustainability is being affected by the different factors in various contexts. Also, obviously, ethnicology course was a very great opportunity for me because we could benefit from the teaching experience, and we could enrich our teaching approaches to not only to the teaching as such, but also to the content of ethnicology course.
I think the first thing that comes to mind is student mobility. And here I can think of the mutual engagement of students from Lebanon, from Kyrgyzstan, and at the CEU at the ethnoecology course that we hold at the CEU. For me, it was rewarding to watch how the students brought their own experiences into the classroom when discussing rural challenges from their own countries and even from their own families, some of their own lived experiences. And such engagement, I believe, enriches student learning, as rural challenges can be seen in the light of sometimes very disparate political, economic, cultural, and environmental conditions. I think the second activity that I see as very rewarding is the collaborative research, because it's helped all the participating faculty to better understand their own research sites and their own research agendas better through the sharing of the knowledge that we're gaining in the classroom through our rural visits and our co-designed research project. So based on our rural visits to Kyrgyzstan in 2022 and then in South Africa in 2023, and our exploratory workshops that we had with livestock farmers last year, our current research involves a standardized household survey across all the 4 sites in the 3 countries. And this will help us to better understand the scope and these challenge bundles that I spoke of earlier that are manifested at our sites. In addition, we're seeking to know from farmers themselves what strategies they have employed to overcome these challenges and to what degree they feel that those have been successful. And then based on these findings, our aim for 2024 is to communicate these insights not only to the project team, but to all the rural communities with whom we work in both workshop and video form. So I think that this is an important component of CORUSUS' objectives, to communicate knowledge to the farmers themselves and for them to know that they're not alone with these challenges, and perhaps more importantly, that some adaptation strategies that emerge may be transferable from other regions to the local setting.
2 that come to mind are firstly the privilege of being able to teach the ethnoecology course in Vienna, along with my colleagues from Kyrgyzstan and Lebanon, and from Central European University. This enabled us to enrich the learning experience for the CEU students by giving different perspectives from different parts of the world, and this greatly enriched the learning experience for the students. I also greatly benefited from the collaboration with my colleague from CEU in co-teaching my ethnoecology course here in South Africa, and my students' learning experience was greatly enhanced by having his contribution to the course. And then the hosting of the field visit here to South Africa, hosting my colleagues from Lebanon and Kyrgyzstan, was great because it gave me new perspectives on my own context. Seeing my own context in rural South Africa through their eyes gave me new perspectives. I also greatly enjoyed visiting Kyrgyzstan and being immersed into a very different pastoralist rural setting, different to the one that I'm familiar with here, and gave me new material for my own teaching course for ethnoecology.
Throughout these 2 years that I felt was very enriching for the scientist in me, and also at the personal level, were multiple travels that we had the chance to take in this project. During these road trips that we had the chance to brainstorm a lot of new ideas for going forward in this project, for our research questions with these colleagues, each from different perspective, was very enriching. And the second also, which I find amazing, is embarking on this new way of doing science. Like in this M&E exercise, we are embracing new technologies, and that we will also try to put in place in the 3rd year in the documentaries and videos that we are trying to make. I think this is a good way of making science more available and more modern without losing the rigor in it, in being really scientific and exploring our scientific question, but with different tools, which I hope will have more impact.
Well, firstly, much of the insight that I've gained from the collaboration will be integrated into my own teaching in my ethnoecology course here, drawing on the insights that I've gained from my experiences in Kyrgyzstan and from engaging with my colleagues from Lebanon and Vienna. Secondly, we hope to build on the research that we've initiated through this collaborative partnership, and whether we continue the same project or develop new research projects that collaborate with each other remains to be seen. But I think this has formed a solid foundation for future collaboration and building these learnings and insights into our research and our student training.